During the course of this presentation, Julian, Honeywill, Donovan, Wichmann, and Joshua Robertson will be discussing the SWOT analysis on the Shoprite Holdings Group, which is established as a public company that is home to multiple brands varying from Checkers, USave, House and Home, and many more, through which they have earned the title of the South African leading retailer.
Microanalysis involves analyzing the microenvironment of an organization. The microenvironment consists of the business itself, over which management has complete control over. This includes variables in this environment such as the management functions, the various functional areas, the factors of production, the strategies of the organization, and the organizational culture. Microanalysis looks at the organization's strengths and weaknesses. Shoprite Holdings has many strengths and weaknesses. One of their biggest strengths is their purchasing department. Shoprite has a good purchasing department that is able to get cheaper prices, which allows them to charge low prices compared to many of the other supermarkets, creating a competitive advantage. However, this can also be a weakness for Shoprite, as their low prices often leave a perception of low quality in the consumer minds. Another strength of Shoprite Holdings is that it trades under different banners, including Shoprite, Checkers, Checkers Hyper, and USave, which allows them to cater to all customers from LSM 1 to 10 because of the different strategies they have each implemented. Shoprite and USave follow a low-cost strategy, which allows them to cater for the lower-end customers, and Checkers follows a differentiation strategy to target the higher-end customers. Shoprite Holdings has used a new Checkers Fresh X stores to push into the premium food retail segment and gain market share among the more affluent South Africans. Another one of Shoprite Holdings' major strengths is their leadership style of Peter Engelbrecht. The CEO of Shoprite Holdings, Peter Engelbrecht, has been characterized by his relentless focus on innovation, job security, skills development, and nurturing small businesses. According to Shoprite's chairman, Christo Weiss, the Shoprite Holdings CEO is a very strong and charismatic leader. This style uses charm, interpersonal connection, and persuasive communication to motivate others. This has allowed Shoprite Holdings CEO to motivate his employees and inspire his team towards greater goals by tapping into their emotions, creating a sense of trust, passion, and purpose greater than themselves. It is absolutely vital for Shoprite Holdings to have a good leader because the organization operates in over 2,400 corporate businesses and 530 franchise outlets in 17 countries across Africa and the Indian Ocean Islands, which is another strength of the organization. One of Shoprite Holdings' biggest weaknesses is their own products, specifically their in-store brands products. These in-store brands are not very popular. Their own products are much cheaper compared to other well-known brands, and these low prices leave a perception of low quality in the minds of the consumer.
The market environment consists of three sections, namely consumers, competitors, and suppliers. In my SWOT analysis of the market environment, I will focus on 3 opportunities and 2 threats. The first point is an opportunity in the consumer segment, which is the Checkers 6060 grocery delivery app. This app was first released by Checkers in 2019, unknown of what the next year had to offer, aka the COVID-19 pandemic. With the pandemic increasing fear in consumers going into public spaces and socializing, or even just buying groceries, the 6060 app offered a way for consumers to get their groceries safely. As you can see, the 6060 app plus COVID equals increased growth for the app, as more consumers will use it, and a safer for consumers to meet their food needs. The next point is another opportunity in the consumer segment of the market environment. COVID-19 has changed consumer spending habits as the job loss is estimated of 600,000 workers due to the lockdowns. This means these newly unemployed consumers are digging into their savings and therefore would opt for a grocer like OK and Shoprite rather than Checkers or Woolworths. This is the reason why new consumer spending habits will be classified as an opportunity and a threat for Shoprite Holdings. It's an opportunity for Shoprite and OK as consumers are now opting for a cheaper grocer, and a threat for Shoprite Holdings, Checkers, and their competitor Woolworths as consumers are now not opting for a more expensive grocer. The next point is an opportunity in the supplier segment of the market environment. Shoprite Holdings has close to 20,000 suppliers to all of their subsidiaries. This is a form of ever-growing opportunity for the organization as they open themselves up to new innovative products from new suppliers, while also providing their subsidiaries, such as Checkers, House & Home, OK and USave, with unique product offerings their competition may not have access to, which thus increases their competitive advantage. The final point in the market environment is a threat in the competitor segment. This threat comes in the form of the oligopoly of grocers in South Africa. Woolworths is Checkers' major competition, while Pick n Pay is Shoprite's major form of competition. Shoprite Holdings needs to be consistent and effective in their communication and offerings to their consumers, as to build strong relationships and increase brand loyalty in terms of where consumers buy groceries. The Checkers Extra Savings Card is a great example of this effort, as the deals they offer on such a consistent basis means consumers would opt to shop at Checkers rather than Woolworths, as they feel there are more opportunities for them to save money.
When we consider the macro environment, which contributes one of three key components to the SWOT analysis, we need to understand that this component reflects a set of conditions that exist in the economy as a whole rather than in a particular sector or region, such as the microenvironment would elaborate on. In collaboration with PESTL's infrastructure, an acronym that when broken down refers to the political, economic, technological, environmental, and legal environment, we are able to analyze and monitor macroenvironmental factors that may have a profound impact on organizations. The economic environment constitutes factors impacting the Shoprite Holdings Group, such as the interest rate, which has been maintained by SARS in the most recent meeting in September at 3.5%, which presents an opportunity for further franchising through the lower capital requirement needed for buyers of stores under the Shoprite Holdings name. Inflation rates have risen drastically since 2020 by 1.7% in 2021, establishing the new rate of inflation at 5%, which threatens the Shoprite Holdings Group as increases in cost of production subsequently increase the price at which goods are sold at. Lower turnovers will be achieved as purchasing power is at a decreased rate due to the increase of prices seen offered by Shoprite Holdings. The rate of growth in the South African population since 2018 ranges from 1.24% to 1.33% annually. Estimating roughly each year, 1 million individuals are born and contribute towards the economy. This opportunity for the Shoprite Holdings Group can be identified as 1 million new potential customers being established each year. The age demographic distribution, highlighting that 42.37% of the South African population identify within the prime working ages of 24 to 54 years old. The statistic enlightens an opportunity for the Shoprite Holdings Group, as roughly 25 million individuals will be seeking an income and could contribute to the facilitation of operations at Shoprite Holdings. Furthermore, out of the 25 million individuals that are already employed, the incomes generated may present an opportunity to capitalize on this. The rapid rate of change in technology in South Africa has presented an opportunity for Shoprite Holdings and the brands that operate under this name to design and implement the 6060 app that has become the most popular online grocery delivery application in South Africa and leaves the door open for further digital development and brand exposure. Technological incentives have proven to be a key function of Shoprite Holdings and the relevant brands operating under their name, as various reward-based systems have been established and in total saved 5.3 billion rands for their 20 million plus members involved in the Extra Savings program. This is all done through a 100% paperless system.
In conclusion, the opportunities and strengths analysed in this SWOT analysis vastly outweigh the threats and weaknesses, further contributing to the much-earned title of the leading retailer in South Africa, also known as Shoprite Holdings.